When we wake, hear the birds and see the sun. Side by side our fears are done. Oh, the good times just begun. Oh, we know what we have, let's hold on tight. Found what we're looking for in life. Call us crazy, but things are finally right. With you and I, the future is bright.
Welcome to lunch therapy Tuesday, Barefoot Tuesday. Woohoo! Woohoo! Barefoot Tuesday! Ah! I'm gonna get myself a modem. 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 Okay, here we are. This is a kind of a virtual vacation for y'all. If you happen to be not vacationing right now, which is usually the case for me, I'm going to bring you on a virtual vacation. Wipeout! Yeah. We're on the back of a boat in La Paz, Mexico. I've got this. Normally my hair would just be flying in the wind, but because I have this special thing on, it's not. It's keeping my head together. Hola, 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 amigos. Hola. Yeah, so we're here. Normally, vacation time, I don't vacation. I usually have to work, but through some incredible gift from the heavens above. I happen to be in La Paz, Mexico, vacationing, and I hope you'll join me. We brought a GoPro so we could do some underwater filming. And that beginning sequence was Guignol in the water, barefoot, just having a great time. And soon after that, our GoPro camera just died. I don't know, it got waterlogged or something. I thought these things were indestructible. I've seen all these videos, but they're going to give me a new one. But the problem is they're not going to get it to me till I get back home. So yeah, I'm happy to be on vacation. Thanks, Jay. I hope your arm is feeling well. I hope it's getting better. On vacation, we have our intrepid driver back here. Somebody in the chat room might know his name, but we were able to go out with shark encounters yesterday. We were going to swim with the whale sharks, and I was going to get it all on the camera, but the whale sharks were busy, and our camera was dead. So we are going to have some footage of underwater sea lions. Not in the show today because I didn't get it yet, because he has a GoPro. Our interview subject today, Juan Pedro Rodriguez of Shark Encounters. So let's get on with this thing. It is Barefoot Tuesday. If you've got shoes on, please take them off because it's Tuesday. Even if it's raining or snowing wherever you are, please take off your shoes. Thank you very much. Holy. All right, so now we're going to breathe. I've got some backgrounds. You're going to see a lot of backgrounds because Guignol and Mulva and Kamala and Katie and Casey, Joel and Molly and Anthony have been taking videos just so we can share. Yes, shark encounters. Shark encounters. He's going to tell us a little bit more about sharks today, Juan Pedro. He likes to be called Peter. Not sure why, but maybe it's because he thinks that we're not culturally sophisticated enough to say Juan Pedro, and perhaps I'm not. Loretta, nice to see you. We're sharing our vacation here. Remote. This is the second remote lunch therapy that we've done, and we just pray to the gods above that we can possibly get through it without getting kicked off the internet. So let's take 3 deep breaths while we still are together. In through the nose, out through the toes. Hold it. Let it go. We have an animal on today that we captured, Guignol captured. It is a rare animal to us. I didn't even know if it actually existed. I'm not sure whether it does, but now I know. It is the hummingbird moth. We're going to see a beautiful specimen of that today that we captured on this trip, in through the nose, out through the toes. Chuck says, Kevin Spacey swimming with the sharks. If you haven't seen that movie, you should. Regardless of what you think of Kevin Spacey, let it go. Jay says she's sending breaking news today. Oh my gosh, so we're gonna have breaking news on Friday. We do have some breaking news today. First breaking news is that I'm going to eat a pancake. A lot of you know that I don't like pancakes. I hate pancakes. I think they have no nutritional value. They make me all queasy. Jay's going to tell us the news, or she's going to send us the news, and we're going to get it probably by Friday, unless she sends it and we get it today. But until then, the breaking news today is I'm going to eat this pancake. This is a pancake that was made especially for me. It has protein in it. It's a different kind of pancake. I usually don't like pancakes. This one is shaped like a fish. I think it's sort of debatable whether it is actually a pancake. I'm not sure because it looks a little like a potato Kartoffelpuffer, as they say in Germany, in through the nose, out through the toes. Hold it. This could get ugly. I could vomit. I could really vomit right here on screen. Plant-based protein pancakes. Okay, here we go, people. I'm imbibing the pancake. Weird when somebody looks at you while they're eating. I used to, this is quite good. This is really good. It's a little gluey, like I'm not gonna be able to talk maybe. But it doesn't have that usual disgusting cakey feel. It has much more whole grain with fresh blueberries. Look at me. See, that's the thing about vacations, is a lot of times you can grow. You can find yourself, you can find a new you can find a pancake that you love. Ooh, it's delicious. I've got a couple of them over here. Hopefully, I won't be like that person that eats while they're talking on the phone and drives you crazy. Jay Patterson, or just Jay as she calls herself, says, it's a secret, but I did hold a bottle of water with my left hand and I took a drink. That is a big deal because Jay was on a vacation just like this, something like this in Texas, and she was on a tile floor, similar to the one that I'm on right now, and she slipped. She landed really badly on her arm, shattered it, had to put a pin in there, and the recovery has not been as rosy as the doctors made it out to be. You broke the pancake bread. So we are sending great vibes, and hopefully, if she held a glass of water, that's like a big deal. Breaking news, Seattle had the coldest day on record since 1990 yesterday. High was 23 degrees. My mom sent me some pictures. From what I understand, the snow is actually staying around too, which never happens in Seattle. I remember we moved to Seattle from Syracuse when I was a tiny, tiny little boy. And it snowed one night it snowed, and all the kids were out tobogganing in the snow and just having a good old time. And my mom, who was used to snow, said, oh, it'll be there in the morning, don't worry about it, you don't go out at night. And the next day it was gone. And of course, being the little brat I was, I'm giving her a hard time about it to this day, even on my show. Oh my Quan, we sure picked a year to get out of good year to get out of town. In Los Angeles apparently it's raining too, which never happens. I'm going to take in another deep breath, in through the nose, out through the toes. I'm going to take another bite of the pancake, let it go. Breathing on my pancake. Of course, right now, speaking of breathing, we're still having to wear masks and it's getting worse. It's worse than it's ever been. So if anybody's out there and they're quarantined in their house now because COVID is getting worse and worse and worse, I feel for you. I might be stuck in Mexico. Who knows? We may never get back. Apparently yesterday they canceled 1,000 flights. Maybe Howard Aronin could tell us about that. Lindsay Lee shattered her elbow too. That's terrible. That's got to be a horrible feeling. Elbows are so tricky, as are shoulders. I would hold that against my mom too. Yeah, you would. Well, Mike Knox is here. Hilarious comedian. Is it raining out there in Santa Clarita? Mike is in Santa Clarita. He was on the show. If you haven't seen that episode, really interesting episode about how they handled his daughter's epilepsy through using something that hooks up to the vagus nerve. Very interesting episode. Check it out. He's also got a book about it. Let's move on because I've got some breaking news for us all. Last week we talked, let's just get into it. Thank you. All right, now I got a glass of water, just in case. Mulva brought it to me, because just in case, that pancake ruins my vocal apparatus, that would be a tragedy. This is a rocket behind me. This is the James Webb telescope atop a rocket in French Guiana, about to launch into space. I was telling you about this last week, and Kamala was going on and on about how we're spending way too much money. This is a $10 billion telescope, and maybe she is right. Maybe we are spending way too much money putting things up into space when we should be spending it on the animals and taking care of our own planet. We're going to see a lot of our planet today. We're going to talk about sharks today. We're going to do a lot of kind of planet-centric kind of things. But this is going out. And one of the things that they say, because I can say this now because I'm not trying to debate anyone, but you can certainly in the chat room debate me if you want. we may learn from other planets how to be more sustainable on ours, because apparently there are planets out there that are a lot older than ours and have maybe even had civilizations on them. Yes, don't look up. Okay, two things I want to say while we're looking at this thing launch is, while we've been on break here, we've been watching a lot of movies. And Don't Look Up is one of the best ones I've seen. It's on Netflix. One of the best ones I've seen this year for sure. It is about a comet that is coming to Earth. I'm not spoiling anything. It's sort of a metaphor. A comet is coming to Earth, going to destroy us all. And it can see God. Yeah, this telescope can see God. It's a great movie. Don't Look Up. Yeah, watch it. Great ensemble. Meryl Streep, all your favorites. Leonardo DiCaprio. Of course, his name is DiCaprio. And he is fantastic in it as well. We've been watching a lot of movies because we're, voting for the SAG Awards, the Screen Actors Guild Awards. So we've been seeing tons of them. And the other one that I wanted to tell you about is called 9 Days. And this is a movie that came out in the middle of COVID. And it was maybe not seen by enough people. And you have to go out there and see if you have to find this. It's out. You can just Google it. Say, I want to watch 9 Days. Where should I watch it? It's got some fantastic actors in it. One of them is Ariana Ortiz, who I went to school with. And she's got a great part in it. She's a wonderful job. It's also a film that makes you think. So check out Don't Look Up and check out 9 Days. Super movies. Jay Patterson also saw Don't Look Up. Yeah, we've been having a glut of movies around here. I'm trying to get people to watch Voodoo, the Scottish King. And I haven't gotten anybody to watch it just yet because it does take, it's intense. Hey, can we talk about 9 Days? Did you see it, Jay? Jay saw 9 Days. Very good. Oh, yeah. And it's a pretty heavy premise. Pretty heavy premise. So I want to show you also the website. Okay, so the Webb telescope is flying up into space. It's going 1,000,000 miles away. This is so bizarre. It's going 1,000,000 miles away, and it folds up in the top of the rocket like an origami, a very, very expensive $10 billion or piece of origami. Or some people liken it to a transformer. Casey Joel, he likes the Transformers. So it unfolds out there in the 1,000,000 miles away, and there are 300 possible things that could go wrong that are only, what do they call them? Single point of, basically, there's no backup for these 300 failure points. Single points of failure is what I'm trying to say. And so you can watch to see all of this on the website here, and they show you the different single points of failure, different deployments. And nobody can go up there and fix it because it's going to be 1,000,000 miles away, and there are no service stations anywhere near. And you can also track its progress on this NASA website that is really cool. There's a link called Where is Webb? And you can see where it is at any given time. And usually, if my internet was working, it would show. I mean, my internet must be working because I'm on the internet. But it would show you a timeline. Oh, there it is. There's the timeline. Right now, it's deploying the Sun Shield. And it's got another 30 days where everything is going to go perfectly because we spent $9.7 billion on this thing. So we want it to go well. We do. Even if we don't believe in the space program, or if we don't believe in hummingbird moths even, we do want it to go well because we, sunk a big chunk of change into it. All right, so we're moving on to the actual the virtual vacation that we call Lunch Therapy Barefoot Tuesday. Jay Patterson is saying, I did watch 9 Days. That's cool. I will watch M with you. Where is 9 Days playing? 9 Days is playing all over the internet. Google, YouTube. You have to, pay for it to rent it. You can rent it on Amazon, wherever you watch these movies, except for Netflix, because Netflix is its own weird little place where it only shows certain movies that it's deemed important for us to see. Like Don't Look Up. Look, God is eating lunch. It appears to be a tuna melt. That's where, yep. there we are. This is where I am right now, somewhere in here, which is pretty cool. Pretty cool place. I have actually, I think, a live camera somewhere. I had a live camera, don't have it any longer. Let me see. Maybe I do. Nope. I had a live camera out there pointed at the mountains, ready to show them live, but it apparently has overheated. Where will it be when we're extinct? Where will the web will be up there just looking at stuff, reflecting on its makers. Maybe it will be like, I wonder what happened to my makers. I wonder if I'll ever meet my makers. I wonder what I'm doing out here orbiting the sun, reflecting whatever. But the thing is, we're going to be able to see into the past. It's a time machine. It's a $10 billion time machine. Enough of that. Enough of that crap. I'm on vacation. Let's take a look at some cool stuff. I want to show you just some, stuff just to get you kind of relaxed before I get into the really incredible stuff that we filmed while we're here, because it's very intense, and you might need to ease into it. So I'm going to show you this is something just to get you eased into it. This is not something that we shot. It's on the internet. It's on this guy Miguel Pais website, and it's just a guy swimming around, having a good time. And you can if you're afraid of the water, and you don't want to go in the water, but you want to kind of get used to it, maybe eventually you're going to stick your toe in the water, go here and you can pretend like you're scuba diving behind this guy, and you can look all around. So there you go. I don't know where they are. Maybe they're here. This is what it looks like here. A lot like this. You'd think I'd be showing you the clips here, but I'm saving them. This is a weird thing. This is just a ride someplace where I wouldn't want to be. And I'm wondering, would you do this ride? People out there? Would you do this? Watch this. This is in Dallas, Texas. So if you go to Dallas, Texas, I don't recommend this for Jay Patterson, though. I don't recommend it. I'm not sure I recommend it for anybody. Happy Toys Day. Jose is here. Greetings from Lake Arrowhead. This looks scary. I mean, this is almost like I'm afraid for the person, and we're just going to watch what happens. This doesn't look safe at any speed. Don't worry, she's going to be fine. I'm trying to see where she actually goes. Oh, here. 2, 1. That's a ride. That's a ride. Okay, I'm going to need some ASMR after this. This is a ride too, but we're not going to look at it. This is so this is some ASMR. Hopefully. Hold on. Okay, so we're going to do some ASMR because this is a professional ASMR person. She does ASMR Soap, which is an incredible channel on YouTube. She's somewhere in, I don't know where she is. I think she's in Russia. I want to say Russia because sometimes when she talks about how she does this stuff, she speaks with a very thick, what I would say is Russian accent, but I might be wrong. I'd have to get Jordan Yanko to really evaluate it. He's our accent person. So part of ASMR is that you speak in really hushed tones, and you talk in a particular way that makes people really relaxed. And then you do things like this. Tell me, does it float your boat? Does it make you feel calm? Like the other incredible videos that I'm going to show later on in the show that we made ourselves. Let's see, Katie says, I used to love those free fall things, but I grew up. I used to love those free fall things, but I threw up. Pancake. For those of you that didn't see the beginning of the show, there's a sound for you. I had the sound turned way down. For those of you that didn't see the beginning of the show, I ate a pancake and liked it. No sound on ASMR vid. It's too bad you aren't all in real time so you could really, tell me what's going on. Boney is out surfing today. So he's not here, so we're really in trouble. Okay, so here now is the ASMR video that we made here in La Paz. It's called smushing tomatoes. This is guignol. Smushing tomatoes. I have it cranked up, but it's not that loud. Tell me if this makes you relax, if it makes you uncomfortable, if you wish he had painted his nails, because that's what I was thinking is probably should have painted it. Right, we're going to have a new channel. Or maybe a new playlist or something where I have just ASMR. I mean, we might have to work harder. Maybe we go out in the sand. Well, we should find some ASMR before Friday and do another one. This is a good start, though, I'd say. It's a pretty good start. The weird thing is that we ate these tomatoes after this. Maybe we should have videoed that as well. Anyway, so that's that. Now it's time for some animal therapy. I'm going to wait just a minute just to see if anybody feels better now from that ASMR. Or feels worse. I heard that it's really good for you to smush tomatoes. This is a replay without my voice. I hope he washed his hands. I really do. All right, it's time for some animal therapy. I just took a headache pill. You did! All right. Camel, we'll get you out of your headache problems with these beautiful videos shot by the same hands that was just squeezing tomatoes. Now they're shooting a vulture. This is a vulture. Some people are afraid of vultures, but vultures are the garbage collectors of the world, as are perhaps seagulls. So they find the dead animals and they eat them. And that way we don't have a bunch of rotting dead animals laying around. So I'm a big fan of the vultures. I'm a huge fan of a lot of animals that people think are scary. And I understand, for dramatic effect in movies and cartoons, sometimes we make animals villains because we need villains. But in real life, just like the actors who play villains, we can't vilify the animal actors who play villains. I think I made a good point right there. I just made a good point. One of those animals is pug dogs. Here are some pug dogs. These are in Mexico, Paz Mexico. I ran across these guys on Christmas Day. The one closest to us is not a Dalmatian. He just has a Dalmatian jacket on. There was some confusion about this. Cutest little dogs. I saw the one with the jacket on when I first saw him, he had his tongue hanging out of his mouth, out of the side of his mouth, and just did not care. The other one that I like is the guy in the back, because he's not really doing all the work. Guys in the front do all the protecting, and the one in the back just hangs out. Let's see. Oh, Katie said nice hands. Good point. Yeah, washing your hands. Probably the chat room is really behind today because I'm all the way in La Paz, Mexico, and I have, who knows what the internet's like. I'm just blessed that I'm able to continue my show from here. And I'm blessed that I saw these dogs. Here, doggy, you want a pancake? You want a pancake? Huh? How about a little pancake? No? Guess I got them all to myself then. Okay, and now here are some pelicans. These are flying pelicans. I don't know if you've ever seen a pelican flying, but now you have. Now you've seen it. I find it quite beautiful and soothing. I'm sure that you do as well because we're similar that way. We're similar. Pelicans, they have, obviously they have these giant, they have long beaks, and then they have this bladder type thing that it's like a mouth. It is a mouth. And they can put stuff in there and they can carry it around. And some people think that they are storks. What's the difference between a pelican and a stork? Who out there knows? I think we're going to have to do something about that. We're going to have to train ourselves on that. If I'm going extinct, I want to be there. I want to be in the Galapagos. Yeah, that sounds good too. You know, it's been really interesting because in the last few weeks before I came here, I have been doing segments on pinnipeds. And pinnipeds are seals, sea lions, walruses, and they're called that because they have flipper feet. Some people say pinniped means feather feet, also means flipper feet. Here are some more pelicans for you. These guys I came up on, and they were just relaxing, sunning. It was kind of, the sun was going down, so they were probably a good time for fishing. And they saw me and they were like, dude, let's get out of here. The guy is not paying residuals at all. So he's off. He's totally off. And I would pay residuals if this show made a little bit more money. Then I would pay the pelicans because, you know, they're important. Howard, stork delivers babies, a pelican does not. That reminds me of that Michael Jackson joke, which I will not get into today. All right, so now we're going to look at some. We actually were lucky enough on the beginning of our tour with shark encounters. We were going to go out and see some whale sharks, but we couldn't because the whale sharks were busy. But we were able to see dolphins, and here they are. I put together clips of these dolphins breaching just for you, just for y'all. Here they are. This is for you, Howard, because I know you like dolphins. I mean, who doesn't like dolphins? See, there they go. We didn't get underwater because GoPro said they replaced my GoPro when I get home. And I'm grateful for that. What I'm really grateful for, too, is Guignel gave me his GoPro. I mean, that's huge. That's a big deal. And I am very, very grateful. Very grateful. Katie Sweeney, is paying the pelicans like paying the piper? You know, it'd be hard to track them down. They got to get themselves in the union. Maybe they are. Maybe they're SAG pelicans. I don't know. But these are super nice pelicans. And these are dolphins. It's dolphins. I wish I had some kind of feel-good music. So you can watch these dolphins. That's for Katie. She got a lull. Okay, so now this is going to be the big animal reveal. Some people think that these animals are they don't exist. Some people think that they, oh, look at that. That was a good one. I don't know who got those shots, but whew, that was some good stuff. Good stuff. These are bottlenose dolphins. Bottlenose dolphins. And now I'm going to show you something that we have been hunting down for so long. So long. I've been reading up about these. I have been trying to find good pictures of them, trying to get some video. I could get no video of these things until today. And I think you'll appreciate it. Guignel was around. Howard the stork salute you. Yes. I was walking around the side of the house. I'm like, what is going on? There's somebody on the side of the house. I don't know who it is. And I go around and there's Guignel with his camera, his special iPhone 37 Plus camera, and he is just honed in on something on this bush, this beautiful bush. And this is what he was honed in on. Yeah. I gotta have to turn off that horrible music. So here is a hummingbird moth. Yes, this is a hummingbird moth. It is not a hummingbird, but it acts like one. And sometimes when you don't see them very often because you think you're looking at a hummingbird. Look at that, Chuck. Yeah, see, that's kismet, I believe. Kismet. I don't know what kismet means, but it's something about things happening, good signs. I don't know. Maybe somebody could tell me in the chat room. So yeah, so that's the hummingbird moth. Guignel got a picture. It's got a giant proboscis. See it? Can you see the proboscis? I might be able to pause it. But it goes around and pollinates flowers just the same way hummingbirds do, but it's a moth. Yeah, They're very fat. They're very fat moths, and it's everybody loves them. Everybody loves these moths. And there's the weirdest thing about it is, and I don't know if I can't show you. Yeah, I can. Is this? I mean, this is not the weirdest thing about it, but this is something kind of weird. Is in Silence of the Lambs, the poster? Yeah. So on the poster was a moth, which is called like a death moth or something like a death moth. And it is actually, wait for it, it is a hummingbird moth. Yes. It is called the death's head moth, and apparently because it has a little skull on it. Yep. Anyway, so this is your little gift from La Paz, Mexico. You can share it around. You can use it in your own videos. You can do whatever you want with this. This is free license to just, get this out because there's just not a lot of them. Not a lot of it. The wings are covered in scales. The other thing that Guignel noticed, and I don't know whether you can see this in the picture, but it seems like the wings are the color. There's like a striation on the wings that are the color of the flower. And I don't know how that works. Do they drink from feeders? That is such a good question. We have got to get it to drink from a feeder. We were thinking we don't have a feeder. So we were thinking about getting a red Solo cup and making a feeder out of it. Unless in town, in La Paz, we can get one. I don't know. We have those in Kansas. I have those in Kansas? Wow. Proboscis. It's the thing that comes out of their face. It's a nose. It's a nose. It's sort of a nose. A snorkel nose. Yep. So speaking of snorkeling, we're going to get video from whale shark encounters from Juan Pedro Rodriguez. We're going to get this footage of the sea lions underwater. That's why you're not going to see any sea lions today. That's why. But the weird thing that I was saying is that I have been obsessed with pinnipeds for the last, well, not obsessed. That's kind of, I think that's a word that's used too much, obsessed. When you're working out a lot, people are like, well, you're obsessed. No. Or like, you're doing a show Tuesdays and Fridays, and like people walk by on the street, they're like, hey, dude, I saw you eating that pancake the other day. You're kind of obsessed. No, there's a difference between obsessed and just dedicated, right? Don't you think? Don't you think? I think I might be wrong about that wing thing. Yeah, I think you might be, because I don't see that striation at all, But, well, it's an interesting observation. I thought maybe it was like garanimals. That you match the bug to the flower by the color. They're the same color. But or it's camouflage. That's what we were thinking. It's camouflage. I don't know. But this is the exciting thing. So I have whale shark footage. It's not my own. I could pretend that that's me. I could pretend that that's me back there swimming around, but it's not. But we are going to get some underwater footage this is just whale shark footage that I have. Those are not people I know. This is just, I don't know that whale shark personally. I didn't get a chance to hug it. But I don't think you're supposed to hug them. But that's what a whale shark looks like. And now we're going to have an interview. I know, it's Tuesday, and we're going to have an interview with the whale shark guy, Juan Pedro, right here on Lunch Therapy. This is the first interview that we've done in person. It's the first interview that we've done. These are a lot of firsts. First interview that we've done on a boat. It's a 2-camera interview. Too much tequila. You can have too much tequila while you watch this. Let's get on with that interview on a boat. Hi, I'm Joel Marshall from Lunch Therapy, and I'm here in La Paz, Mexico, talking to Juan Pedro Rodriguez. He's getting his PhD in sharks, is that right?
Yeah, that's correct.
All right, so we wanted to ask you a few things about sharks. Here in La Paz, what kinds of sharks are available to you?
Okay, well, in this area we have many different shark species. The one that are most common and most famous here in the Gulf of California in this area are the whale shark. Mm-hmm. That you have a juvenile whale shark feeding ground here just south of the bay. And what La Paz became world famous in the early 70s and the 80s is the scallop hammerhead. That is my topic species.
The hammerhead shark.
Yeah, the scallop hammerhead. Once in the early 70s through the 80s, this was the best place in the world to scuba dive with scallop hammerheads.
Why are they called that?
Because of the shape of the head, it has like a lobules that in shape of a scallop, for example.
Oh, I see.
Actually, well, there are 9 different species of hammerheads. Here in the Gulf of California, in this area, are very common 2 species, the scallop and the smooth hammerhead.
And what do those sharks eat?
Hammerheads mainly eat cephalopods, mainly squid. Squid, the jumbo squid that is also very abundant here in the Gulf of California, is their favorite prey.
And how big do these sharks get?
Well, scallop hammerheads can get pretty big. A full-grown female adult can reach up to 4 meters.
Are these sharks endangered at all?
Absolutely, yeah. My species, it was the conservation status was changed in 2019 to critically endangered.
Wow. And what are the biggest predators to these sharks?
Humans.
Humans.
Yeah.
And why do humans kill these sharks?
Well, in many places, in many different countries, from the U.S., Mexico, or many countries in Latin America, Asia, sharks are fished and caught because of their meat, but most importantly because of their fins. Because their fins. Their fins are considered a delicacy and a gourmet type of meal that has a very high status symbol in the Asian markets and the Asian families. So the fins that are completely made of cartilage, it's the most valuable piece of a shark. So most industries worldwide catch sharks mainly because of their fins, and the meat is a secondary product that is consumed locally. The fins are exported to Asia, and the meat is consumed locally.
Do hammerhead sharks attack people at all?
No, it's extremely rare that hammerheads attack people. Actually, shark attacks to people in general are very, very rare. It's been, I think, 2020. It was a total of, I think, 6 people died in the world.
In the world.
Of a shark attack.
And how many
in the world?
How many sharks died from human attacks?
Calculated. It's very hard to estimate to calculate an actual number because there are many different species of sharks, but it estimates that humans catch and fish between 80 and 100 million sharks a year.
80 and 100 million sharks we kill every year.
Every year.
Wow. And what about the whale shark? Is that a whale or is it a shark?
It's absolutely a shark.
It is a shark.
It's called a whale because of the size, because the whale sharks are the biggest fish in the sea. Sharks are fish.
The whale shark is the biggest fish
the biggest fish in the sea. Yeah, that's it. But it's completely and absolutely a shark.
And what does it eat?
It's a little bit ironic because it's the biggest fish in the sea and feeds on one of the smallest animals at sea. They are filter feeders. They feed on zooplankton. They filter the water, the ocean water, and they separate the water from the phytoplankton and zooplankton. That's their main food. Like teeny tiny micro animals that live adrift in the ocean currents. That's what they eat.
Why do they have that pattern on their back, do you think? They have that, it looks like a checkerboard with dots.
Yeah, actually here and in many places in Mexico, they call it dominoes.
Dominoes.
Yeah, they call it.
We have a flag right here. Let's take a look at that.
Yeah.
That's what it looks like. Wow. Why do you think they have that? It's almost like they're a leopard or something.
Yeah, it's interesting because they developed that kind of mimetism. All of the sharks have like the dorsal part of their body is darker than the ventral part. Mm-hmm. That is for example, when you're seeing a shark from above, you see the dark shade of the dorsal part. Mm-hmm. So it camouflages with the rest of the ocean. And when you see a shark from below, the white belly also camouflages because of the sunlight. So that is to deter predators and to surprise their prey. The reason of this particular pattern of the whale shark is not very well studied because they are not predators; they are filter feeders. So it's one of those evolutionary characteristics that stay with them, but it hasn't been studied if this kind of pattern can benefit them in somehow, because since they are very big, they have very few prey. in the natural world. So pretty much the only species that can prey of a whale shark are orcas, and that's it.
Oh, orcas can
Yeah.
eat whale sharks.
Orcas can eat whale sharks. Actually, there are several records of orcas eating hammerheads, tiger sharks, white sharks, and whale sharks. Yeah.
Do you get any orcas down here?
Yeah.
Oh.
The thing about orcas is that we do not know, and they do not have a specific season, so we can see them in the summer, in the winter, during the spring. So they come and go. The orca population in the Gulf of California is not very, very big. Here in this area, we have identified a couple of pots. That's how we call a specific family of dolphins, because orcas are dolphins, are not whales.
Orcas
So
are dolphins and not whales.
They move along. Probably they can move 100 kilometers a day, so they move back and forth all the time. So it's very hard to see them, because it's just a matter of luck if you get to see them by chance, that you're just navigating in the same path they are. But yeah, there are orcas here year round in the Gulf of California.
And if someone wants to come down here to La Paz and see some whale sharks with you, what is the name of your company?
My company name is Shark Encounters Mexico.
Okay.
We are, as you say, we're based here in La Paz. We are a team of marine biologists that we do mainly research with conservation purposes, and of course we try to transmit the little bit of our knowledge we have of the area, of the sharks and the wildlife around it, like the very popular sea lions that we have here in La Paz, and transmit that information to our guests, and try to not offer them just a simple tour, but a complete expedition that they can go back home with a little bit of knowledge and a little bit of the richness of this area.
And thank you for taking us on this wonderful trip.
Thank you very much, guys. I hope to see you soon, and of course, I will follow your YouTube channel.
All right, sounds good. All right, we got a new subscriber, right? That was cool. I mean, that guy is great. Hopefully we might go out and swim with the whale sharks. We don't know, because they've got a very busy schedule. Actually, they control like how many boats can go at any certain time. So yeah, he's an excellent guide. Shark Encounters, if you ever come down here to La Paz. Thanks, Loretta. Yeah, it's super informative. Makes you wonder, we believe in a lot of us believe in a heaven that you go to. And when you get up there, they're going to judge you on whether you killed somebody or did something bad to somebody. And what if it's a fish heaven? What if it's all fish up there? And they're like, hey, you killed 100 million sharks a year. You can't come in here. Or, maybe my wife Kamala, she'll be fine because she doesn't eat fish. So she'll probably be fine. I worked in Alaska. We killed 30,000 fish a day. I mean, that was on a good, I guess that's a bad day. On a bad day, we did that. So, I don't know. If heaven is a fish heaven, I'm in trouble. Deep trouble. If it's a chicken heaven, forget about it. We're all in trouble, except for Mulva. Mulva's vegetarian, so she's fine. Just goes to show you, we don't know anything. We better get a little bit better at our game here. Don't look up. Don't look up. We're killing 100 million sharks. All right, let's get on to this really fun, really fantastic. At least swim with the dolphins. Yeah, that'd be nice. But I don't think you can swim with them unless you just happen to get out there. All right, Friday we're gonna have more of this. We're gonna have sea lions, real sea lions. I don't know. We might not have a guest on Interview Friday. This might be the Interview Friday for this week. Barefoot interview. It's a kismet. I don't know. I still don't know what kismet means. Maybe you'll tell me. 100 million. 100 million. Anyway, we'll have a contest on Friday too, if we don't have an interview. More of a similar contest we did last Tuesday, which was really fun, if I do say so myself. It's basically, we give you the comedian's line, the joke, and then we try and guess the comedian. Wasn't that 30,000 pounds of fish a day? That's a good point, Guinel. It might be. Holy Merry Christmas, Mark. Great to see you. We've got a really weird, I don't know, debatably fun dance break coming up. What did I do in Alaska? I was the guy that weighed the fish at the end. That after all the fish came in, I was the guy that weighed them, put them in the box to ship to Japan or someplace. And you had to be kind of smart because you had to be able to put the box in there and put the fish in the box, and it had to weigh 50 pounds or 100 pounds exactly, or you couldn't move the box along, and the fish would just pile up like I Love Lucy if you didn't get exactly the right fish in there. So I could pick something up and tell you exactly how much it weighed. That's what it was. So that was fun. It's a kismet. Let's get on with the dance break. Some of you might really love this song. Others, you might be like, oh, this is really weird. Here it is. I've been waiting for a long time for this one. Kismet. This show should be called Kismet, because things fall into place perfectly. Like this video of this guy with a unicorn head singing a song called Big Balls by Akadaka.
Never upper class, high society. God's gift to ballroom notoriety. And I always fill my ballroom. The event is never small. And all the social papers say I've got the biggest balls of all. I've got big balls. I've got
This is
big
for
balls. And they're such big
Jenny
balls.
Sykes.
And they're
She loves
dirty
unicorns.
big balls. And he's got big balls.
There's a little
and
political
she's
thing in
got
here.
big balls.
Not sure what they mean, but it's...
And my balls are always bouncing. My ballroom's always full. And everybody comes and comes again. And if your name is on the guest list, no one can take you higher. Everybody says I've got great balls of fire.
This is a good one.
I've got big balls. I've got big balls. And they're
for you,
such
Ganel.
big balls. And they're dirty big balls. And he's got big balls. And she's got big balls.
No, just all kinds of weird political references.
Some balls are held for charity and some for fancy dress. But when they're held for pleasure, they're the balls that I like best.
I think this doubles as
And my balls are
ASMR.
always bouncing to the left and to the right.
Oh, no.
It's my belief that my big balls
Thank
should
you,
be
Kyle
held every
Richards,
night.
for letting us play this
Balls.
really fun
I got
video.
big balls, and they're such big balls, and not dirty big balls. And he's got big balls, and she's got big balls.
All right, thanks everybody. I'll see you on Friday
I'm just itching
for
to
Sea
tell
Lion.
you about